So I got a chance to play the closed beta of Critter Cove, which is a mix between Animal Crossing and My Time at Portia, and I am going to tell you why I am so excited to play this game on release. So I was given the beta key thanks to the people at TinyBuild, and I was able to try the game to see what it was like on the early stages before they release it, and obviously some things will change over time. This is not the final release of the game, it is still in the beta stages, but I want to give you my honest review of the game, what the game is like, the features of the game, the things I liked, the things I didn't like, and what you are going to expect when the game releases. You can check out Critter Cove down below in the description. It is available on Steam, and the beta access is available for a whole month, so you can check out that down below to see if you're able to access it. We'll start off by me telling you what Critter Cove is. So Critter Cove is a cozy life sim game, a mix between Animal Crossing, My Time at Portia, and a little bit of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. You come to a tropical island town when you need to restore it to its former glory by rebuilding it bit by bit and recruiting cute animal townspeople from nearby islands. You develop relationships with them, you set them up with jobs suited to their personalities, and ensure their needs are fulfilled to grow the town. You sail around the islands and dive below its beautiful waters to learn how to build all the things your growing town needs and gather the required materials. I was actually shocked how close to Animal Crossing this game really is, but it has that open world feel where the map is huge. Honestly, I don't think I've seen a map this big for such a long time. I didn't explore all of it because, side note, I'm terrified of open waters. That is something that I need to work on, and not in real life, I'm fine. But in games, there's something about not being able to see the land that really freaks me out. So I didn't get to explore everything, but I did what I was able to do and was still able to enjoy and fulfill the game's quests. You start off like in any good game, coming to the character customization, and this was insane. You can become a human like any regular life sim, or you can choose to become an animal. And the color options, the color variations, fur variations, the fur patterns, the textures, so many different options and combinations, and there was a color wheel. Oh my god, I was in awe of this. I spent probably half an hour trying to decide what I wanted. I didn't realize there was a panda option, so I didn't pick the panda until I watched another person on a stream pick a panda, so I may have to go back when the release comes out and pick a panda because I'm very upset. I loved all the different customizations that you could be a human or an animal. It was completely up to you. And I chose this like little bear wolf with my custom black and yellow colors, which was pretty. And then you arrive to the dock where you have been swept up in a tornado whirlpool situation, and you arrive at the tropical island where everything's run down and you have to help rebuild the island. You meet this rat like character who resembles Tom Nook in Animal Crossing. He's not very nice and you have to go back to him ever so often to fulfill quests. Then you meet some of the villagers on the island. There are ones that are very grumpy, that don't like you, and ones that are very friendly and will give you nice quests to complete. And the first few days on the island is kind of just picking up trash and collecting collecting different items around the areas and getting your resources together, collecting them to fulfill quests and build up your shed or outhouse that you get given. You get given a house which you can pick, and then you get given a shed to house your storage, your heath or hearth, your furnace, items like that. The villagers that you meet will end up in tents on the beach to start off with, and then they will ask you that they want to move into a house, and you'll need to collect resources for them to be able to move into this house. Once those are collected, they will restore the house and live in it. It is very Animal Crossing inspired, and I really enjoyed that about this game actually. It was one of the things that I really liked. Further down the gameplay, you get to build your own boat, and then you get to explore the islands around Critter Cove. These are really cool, and you get to find villagers on these islands and invite them back to Critter Cove, the main island, to live there. You get to dive for more resources. Quests will ask you to dive for things as well. The scenery is beautiful, the world is beautiful, the graphics are beautiful. The one thing I really loved was diving underwater, and the way the fishes moved really seamlessly was so stunning. Sometimes I had to stop and just stare at them because they were so beautiful. It did take me a little while to get used to the game controls in Critter Cove, because you have the normal WASD, which is up, down, left, right. E is to select things, but then you have your mouse as well, which controls the direction of the camera, and it is very, very sensitive. So I kept finding myself feeling a bit dizzy or a bit sick, you know, like motion sickness. You can change that in the settings. Didn't really go down far enough for my liking. It's still a little bit too sensitive at the moment. For me personally, that's just me. I think maybe I would prefer if it just didn't do it at all. What I like in, like, say Palia is they have like a little X on the screen where you can focus your eye, so you don't have to keep like looking all around the screen, and you can add that in the settings if you want that in your game or not. So I think something like that maybe would be helpful for me, but that's just my personal preferences. It's not for everyone. Other things like picking things up when you're in design mode, you have to hold E for. I didn't realize that took me a while. If you are new to playing life sim games, I think it would take you a while to get used to the keyboard mechanics. I would like in the settings if they did like a key binding option. That would be perfect. As I just spoke about decorations, we'll talk about the decoration mode and what you can get. The design mode is like most life sim games where you're still in first person mode and you just drag it to anywhere you fancy and then click the mouse and you can put it down there. But it's very different, and I really enjoyed this, where you have to go into your inventory, click on the thing you want to put down, and then there is a little like sofa icon that appears. You have to click that to get into design mode. You can't just do it anywhere you fancy with any item. And they have an additional thing where you can place some items anywhere in the world. So there are items that go inside and items that go outside, but some items go inside or outside, and these can be placed anywhere. There is no restrictions other than like they can't be placed on cliffs or on trees, you know, normal things. And you can place these anywhere. It's so cool. I love it. And it gives you like a green for, yes, this is safe to put here, or a red for no, you cannot place this here. I really like that about this. I love the design mode. As far as I know, you can't change the wallpaper, the flooring, the trims, anything like that at the moment. But again, it's in beta stage, so it might change over time. The items that you get to be able to decorate, you have to find around the island first before you unlock them to be able to create to decorate. So what I mean by this is you'll find bits of trash or bits of crates everywhere. You have to dismantle them or get rid of them before you're able to learn that item to craft. So let's take the crates, for example. There are 10 crates around the world that you have to chop up to be able to then learn to make the crate item to put in the world. And I think that's a really good progression item, which makes the game last a little bit longer rather than you just like being able to buy the DIY or getting it through a quest. And you're able to see this in a logbook as well. If you go to your inventory and go across, there is like a logbook DIY book that'll tell you how many items you still need to find, your progress on each item as well. So if you're really interested in finding that item, you know that you need to look for more of those items, which I really like. Through questing, you also get given a wrench to dismantle things, a shovel, diving gear, a boat, and a watering can. I don't think there are any upgrades at the moment to be able to upgrade these things. Maybe in the full access version, but not in the beta at the moment. And as you pick up quests, there is a quest log that tells you which quests that you've got. You're able to track and untrack which quests that you want to. And on the map, if you're tracking a particular quest, it has a red circle around a particular area of the map. If it's an item that you need to find, it will tell you where you can find that item, but not exactly where that item is. So I like that about the quests as well. As you're going through the world, you have various energy levels that you need to take care of and look for. So they're all in the top left-hand corner, and the first one has a heart next to it, which is your health. This one doesn't really go down unless you neglect the other ones. So the next one that you'll find is yellow, and it has a lightning bolt next to it. This one is your energy. And this one starts to go down when you get resources, like dig up things, dismantle things, that kind of general energy bar. And this one you can only get back up if you eat something or go to sleep in your house. What I like about this game is you don't actually need to go to sleep at night. It doesn't force you to go to sleep every night. You can instead just eat until all of your energy is back up. But if your health and other bars are low, you do need to go to sleep to regain them. I'll explain in a minute. The next one is a blue bar with a timer next to it, and you'll only see this if you dive. This one goes down super quickly, and you need to make sure you are looking at this every time you dive. When this drops to 0, your energy and your heart bar will start to go down as well. Please make sure you're looking at this. The next and final one is green, and it's got a snorkel next to it. This one only appears if you progress far enough into the game where you get your snorkel and your diving gear. This lets you dive further, and it will go down slower than the blue bar, but the blue bar still appears. So let me explain everything. Hopefully it will make sense. It does make sense once you're playing, I promise. I probably just make it more confusing. So the green bar goes down slowly once you've got your scuba gear on. Once that is gone, the blue bar starts to go down. that goes down really quickly, so watch that one. Once that one is gone, then the orange and red bar start to go down together. Not as quickly, but they do start to go down. They go down differently to each other as well, so watch that. Once they are both gone, the screen starts to go black and you end up fainting, and either at the top of the water because you've been diving too long, or if you've been like hitting rocks for too long so your energy is depleted, you end up just like standing back up and you need to eat something, or because your energy and heart have gone, you need to go to sleep. But because all of those bars have disappeared, what that means is for the next couple of days, your whole entire bar rate has dropped. So you're not able to get the full potential of that whole bar. You need to keep sleeping every night or every day, however you want to do it, to get that full potential back up. It's a very cool method. I really like this about Critter Cove because it makes you look at those bars, and those bars actually mean something rather than them just being there. And you don't have to go to sleep every night, but you do have to go to sleep sometimes. Regarding the relationships in Critter Cove, you can build relationships. They're not too bad either. They go quite easily if you talk to the villagers every day. There is a heart system. They have 10 hearts altogether. On the relationship panel, you can see the hearts that you have with them. Every villager also has a favorite color, which I really like. And once you unlock the shops in the town, it also shows you what their job preferences would be as well, which I really like. You don't have to struggle on which jobs that they would prefer, or you don't have to guess about it, which is really nice. As far as I know, you can't make best friends with anybody, and there is no love interests in the game either. Again, in beta mode, so it could change. So after all of this, what are the upsides and what are the downsides about Critter Cove? The upsides, I really love this game. I love how similar to Animal Crossing it is, but it's so different, as in it's open world. You can go anywhere within the massive amount of islands. You have your own boat, which you can explore whenever you want to. You can dive pretty much anywhere you want to. There are shops that you can unlock and villagers that you can get to look after those shops. I unlocked the cafe and the clothes shop, and that was really fun because you get to order coffee, food, and you get to buy different clothes for your character as well, which is really fun. I like that you can place the items anywhere in the world. There weren't really any limitations on it, other than some items had to be kept indoors. I liked that there were so many different resources around. I didn't have to try and find them or Google where to find them. They were just there. I liked the village aspect, that you could go to the different islands, find villagers and bring them back, and the villagers asked you about the houses and which house was right for them. I loved the character customization and that you got to pick your character and the variety of different customization options. That was amazing. There was only a few downsides that I had about this game. One being the mouse control that I didn't really like, where you had to control the mouse to control the view that you had. Sometimes the game was a bit laggy, especially at the start and pressed continue. Sometimes it didn't load, so I'd have to exit and come back to it and then it would load. Don't know why. I think that's just my computer because it's a bit old. I would like a key binding option in the settings as well. That would really help me, but that's just my personal preference. And decoration wise, I'd really love to be able to change the wallpapers, the flooring, the trims, and maybe like the color variations of the items. So like different types of wood, maybe different types of fabric, things like that maybe. But all of this said, it's still in beta access. It's nowhere near the full access release yet, so things will change and things will develop over time. So this is not the final release. I'm so excited to see how it changes, what the release will look like. Let me know in the comments down below if you've played it, what you think of the game. Are you excited for it? As always, a big thank you to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me in everything I do. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you are new for more cozy games. Have an amazing rest of the day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!